What are you doing? Making 103 footers in a row. Gotta get my reps in. No, that's the worst thing that you could be doing. What are you talking about? Every single YouTube coach says that block practice is best. Okay, but every study since the 70s says that won't transfer to the course. Well, I'm also working on my grip. I've been messing around with the claw since Scotty's so good with it. You're not Scotty. Yeah, but he's like the best player in the world. He also works on his putting with the best putting coach in the world who's got all this analysis. You don't. Okay, I'll just watch a few more breakdowns tonight then. Or you could just go dig it out of the dirt. They are both right, and that's the problem. Tour tip videos aren't meant to make you better, they're meant to be watched. Those pros can be really good at golf and really bad at explaining why. The way that you spend your limited practice time should revolve around three things: the state of your game, the amount of time that you have, and the facilities you have access to. That's exactly why we built Priority Golf, and that's exactly why I built out that free practice planner that you can grab down below. This allows you to weed out all the information on the internet that doesn't necessarily pertain to you and stay focused on your game and what actually moves the needle. And that's where tour tip videos fall short. I would know. In college, I got obsessed with filming my swing and getting swing videos off of Instagram and comparing my swing to those swings and working on different positions and numbers on GC Quad and trying to make everything optimized and perfect. I was so good at golf on a simulator, and the gap between simulator Isaac and regular golf Isaac could not have been bigger. I was practicing to get better at practicing, not to get better at playing golf. A lot of new golfers are doing the football equivalent of trying to coach a middle school team with an NFL playbook. It's a great playbook, but it's the wrong playbook for the skill set that you have available at the time. Ultimately, content is a game of trying to hook people. I spend the majority of my time thinking about thumbnails and titles or Instagram hooks, and it's the same thing here. If they have Scotty Scheffler or Tommy Fleetwood or some big pro's name in the title, it's going to get clicks and it's going to get views because you have an inherent trust associated with that name. That's not a bad thing, that's just how the system works. The second thing that you can very easily miss is that the fun part of every single tip is what survives. So looking at Scotty Scheffler's footwork or the training aid that he uses is what survives, whereas you don't necessarily think about, oh, well, he spent 25 years grinding his butt off to be where he is, and he was incredibly talented. The third thing is that pros themselves genuinely can't necessarily tell you why they're so good. They can tell you in ways that relate to them, but they can't tell you in ways that necessarily relate to you because that's not their job. That's their coach's job. This is actually called Expert-Induced Amnesia, and I'll actually link the study down below, but this is a very well-studied topic where experts in their field have a harder time telling you why they're so good at that thing. And the fourth thing I can find in all these videos is that these pros can be unbelievably honest, but it might not even be accurate. And so you really have to take into account what in this is genuine, good advice that can be carried over to every single golfer or the majority of golfers versus what part of this is just entertainment. And stuff being entertainment is cool. Like, I enjoy watching the Lads channel, for example, or I enjoy watching some of this entertainment focused content, but that doesn't mean that I have to always take something away from it. And in this optimization space, I think it's really easy to go, I have to take away something from everything, as opposed to just being cool with sitting back and watching something and enjoying the editing and the great golf and the funny laughs and whatever it is. So I'm not anti-YouTube golf or anti-tour tip videos. I just watch it differently now, and it kind of runs through three different filters that I maybe naturally do, but now I've got written down on paper. The first question is, does this work without a coach and a team and a launch monitor and 30 hours of practice a week? If this only works with resources that I don't have, I'm not necessarily going to implement it. The second question you have to ask yourself is this solving a problem in their game, or could this be solving a problem in my game? If you can't name how the issue shows up on your scorecard, it's most likely their problem, and you need to seek out expert advice on how to lower your scores. The third thing is, can I test whether or not this works within 4 weeks? This kind of ties into the first problem of having the time and the resources to be able to work on that thing, but if you can't measurably say, I got better or worse at this thing that I'm working on, it's probably a waste of time. And that's kind of just in general. Like, if you're going to the gym, you should be able to measure progress over the course of 4 weeks. Like, oh yeah, I got stronger, I was able to add more weight or do more reps. Same thing here. I don't know why we treat golf like it can't be progressively overloaded. You should be able to get measurably better at things. And if you can't get measurably better at that thing, it's not something that's worth trying to attain. This looks like doing a up and down drill where you hit 18 random shots to 18 random targets and you go put them out. Maybe the first time you go through and do this, you take 44 shots and then 4 weeks later, you're getting it in 40. You measurably got better. Those are the things you should be trying to do. Here's what your game looks like after you stop chasing these tips. You start actually understanding what's wrong with your game as opposed to trying to diagnose it through somebody else's. And when you start diagnosing what's actually wrong with your game, you can start addressing those things with the limited time and resources that you do have. Everything around you kind of gets quiet and you realize what actually starts to matter. For example, later today, I'm going to go hit balls. I'm going to practice. I'm not even going to film anything. I just need to get better from 50 to 150 yards. And I've got the drills already queued up in the app. I know exactly what I'm going to be working on because I know what's actually impacting my scores. While it can be frustrating to say, I don't like how my swing looks, it's producing good results. And the ultimate goal is to score lower. And I know right now I'm bleeding a ton of shots from 50 to 150 yards. You and I don't need better tips. We need to start asking the right questions and coming up with solutions that are specific to us. You got to stop asking what Scotty or Rory or whoever would do and start asking what's actually broken in your game. And you can only do that through measuring things, which once again, I've got all those free resources down below. And you've got to start coming up with solutions that are specific to you. Like I said, 14-page planner down below, stats guide down below, link to the app is down below if you want it all kind of in one wrapping for you, so it's much simpler to utilize. You got to stop asking what Scotty would do, or Rory, or whoever, pick your poison, and start asking what's actually costing you shots. That's the only question that tour tip videos can't really answer for you because they're not built for your game. They're built around somebody else's.